New court documents are spelling out what investigators call an explosion of exploitation in Minnesota. Those documents detail a spike in a sector investigators say is ripe for fraud. Housing stability service claims went from an early estimate of $2.6 million in state dollars to a program paying out more than $100 million in 2024. Our Frankie McLister joins us to break down the details of what investigators are calling a massive Medicaid scheme. Frankie.
Hey there, Jeff. Yeah, 8 different spots across the metro saw searches today. Now, documents say that each one is connected to a scheme to defraud Minnesota's Housing Stabilization Service. Now, this program uses Medicaid money to help people struggling find a place to live.
This is an area where we've seen a lot of fraud.
It's a case some say parallels problems the state has seen before, including the Feeding Our Future scheme, which federal prosecutors called the biggest pandemic-era fraud in the country, and a new investigation into Medicaid fraud at Minnesota autism centers.
What was your initial reaction holding the position that you do when you heard about this?
Sadly, I was not surprised.
Court docs lay out the details behind this latest investigation. Minnesota's Housing Stabilization Services program began in 2020, and according to a warrant, those committing fraud would, quote, recruit Medicaid-eligible individuals who are experiencing housing instability and sign them up. Investigators say providers billed the government for services and, quote, immediately began receiving large Medicaid payouts. But the supposed clients, many of whom were, quote, struggling with drug addiction, received, quote, little or no help or services. It's an issue sparking concern on both sides of the aisle. Representative Emma Greenman brought it up at last week's committee meeting.
Thinking about the provider piece, which you talked about and which, frankly, this committee should be more concerned about because all of the evidence shows that's really where the concern is.
The state's Department of Human Services says they're working with state investigators to help fight fraud.
The most important thing we can do is uncover fraud.
While lawmakers say a new office to handle these issues needs to be reconsidered after getting cut during special session budget negotiations.
We need to take this more seriously and reconsider the proposal to have an office of Inspector General that is statewide and enterprise-wide and truly independent of the executive branch.
Yeah, and we've reached out to the providers alleged to have carried out the fraud schemes, but haven't heard back today. Now, no charges have been filed so far as a part of this investigation. Jeff?
Yeah, long way to go. Thanks, Frankie.